What's up, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter? This is your boy L, aka the producer. Tonight I'm going to introduce to y'all and present to others our writer and speaker, Marcus Malloy, aka VoiceOfReason. Tonight he's going to tell us about why he writes. He will tell us a little bit about his story, and he also will give you some inspiration words. So sit back, relax, and I hope y'all enjoy the show. All right. Thank you for coming to the show, Mr. Marcus Malloy.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Tell us about yourself.
As you already mentioned, my name is Marcus Malloy from Southwest Philadelphia, aka the city of brotherly love. Right now I reside in South Jersey with my family.
Okay. So what was it like in the streets when you was growing up?
Well, actually, I didn't grow up directly in the streets. I became a part of the streets. I adapted to street lifestyle or street mentality. I actually grew up as a church boy, which by itself was pretty difficult. Growing up in a city where your image was everything. But somehow, somewhere, through the grace of God, I made it. It wasn't easy, but I'm here now.
Now we also know that you are a pastor's son.
Wow.
So you gotta really explain that to us. How was it like?
Well, put it this way: growing up as a pastor's child, it was difficult because everybody expected so much from you and of you. And at that time, like I said, growing up, I was not naive to things around me. I just didn't understand a lot of things. As I began to get older, started experiencing life, things became a little bit more simpler for me. But growing up a pastor's child, whew, they had good days, bad days. But all in all, it is what it was. So that's basically it.
Damn. Everybody was talking about you create your own basketball team. You got 5 kids.
Yeah, well, actually, I have six.
So I know your schedule's kind of busy on that part. So explain that.
Woo! Well, yeah, as you stated, I have 6 kids. I've actually had 5 boys and 1 girl. My oldest boys, they're twins. My daughter is next, and then the 3 youngest ones. And it's a privilege because I've been blessed. I didn't grow up with any brothers, so I made up with that with my sons. God blessed me, saw fit for me to have them, and this is what it is.
Okay. Now everybody been talking about reality check.
Right.
Now I know there's a reason behind this. Now you gotta go into this because people want to know what's it really about. I mean the title it explains a lot, but still we want to get the writer point of view of this book.
Reality check, quite simple. Facing our reality, living in our reality, and accepting our reality. There's a lot of people that's living in a false pretense, or should I say a false reality, but yet they make themselves believe that their world is reality. This book basically breaks down different levels of our reality. What I mean by that is from our children, educating them, teaching them, parents, being leaders, so many different aspects to that book. I mean, there's 14 chapters to this book. It also describes a lot of my personal experiences, even with alcohol, drugs, all of the above. It speaks volumes. Reality Check, Looking Within is a book that will have you examining yourself.
Okay. So remember, get a reality check. Have you checking yourself out. Now, one of my favorite books, Moving Nation.
Thanks.
That's one of my favorite books. Now, I love the title, and I see the abbreviation. Now, explain to everybody how you broke that one down, because the way you got the title, it's pretty hot.
All right.
So please explain how you broke the title down.
Yeah, Moving Nation. Basically, 2010. I was sitting back and I was just thinking. I was like, are men, where they at? Once again, I put myself in the equation as well, and I guess you'd want to call it a metaphor. I broke it down. MAN, move a nation. And when it came to me, it was just so much more powerful. I started out with a little Facebook page for it, which is called Move a Nation Facebook page, and I ended up with about 200 visitors, followers. And that happened maybe within, I think, a matter of 3 weeks' time. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay. Next thing, I started putting pen to the paper, and it came about. Moving Nation I just feel as though it's time for our men to stand up and be who they were supposed to be and destined to be, and not so much what society or tradition has created them to be. So.
Now, I gotta say this, no offense to Kurt Franklin, but I always make this joke. This man is like Kurt Franklin when it comes to books, because he wrote 5 books in 2 years.
5 books in less than 2 years.
Less than 2 years. Now, how did you even find time? Really, I mean, really, you're a father. You go out speaking to others. You get inspiration word to other people. How did you find time to write 5 books under 3 years?
God, simple, plain as that. Inspiration and not stopping. I persevered through all the storms, through the tests, trials and tribulations was coming, and I just so happened to put it on paper, and that's the way it came out. I was pretty much taken back, actually, myself when I was on my 3rd book, because I started thinking, I'm like, wow, this is like really happening. This is really happening, and it just kept on going from there. I mean, you said 5, but you ain't seen nothing yet.
So I know we're looking for more books.
Yes. This is just the beginning. Just the beginning.
Now, because we gotta get right in this real soon. But judging by your life,
okay,
and there's young guys out there right now that's going through what you already gone through.
Right.
There's guys out there just starting experiencing what you already been through. Mm-hmm. Give them some inspiration word right now.
The best thing I can say to them, first of all, I'm gonna be very transparent, is know who you are, find your identity. Everything in and out of life begins with a thought, it ends with a thought, and the process is you yourself. You want to be able to withdraw yourself from a lifestyle or a particular lifestyle. Away from the stereotypes, and the way you can do that is by changing your mindset. So that's what I would say to them: just change your mindset. And once you change your mindset, you get your focus on where it needs to be, on your family, on God, wherever your feeling lies, and things will happen. But you have to change your mindset. So I would. That's the first thing that I would actually tell them. That's what I tell them now. Change your mindset. If you change your mindset, things will happen.
So tell us, what made you start writing books? Really?
My life.
Okay.
I want to help people. I want to be an inspiration to people. I want people to know that there's hope. There's second chances, there's third chances, there's fourth chances. I want young people, I want older people to realize that life is real, life is what we make it, but in order to make it, we have to face our reality.
When did you start to realize that you really want to help people?
I started realizing actually at an early age, but as I stated, I got away from what I wanted to do as a youth. because I got caught up into other things and other lifestyles. So when I returned to my spiritual foundation, it was basically in 2003 when I said, okay, I want to help people. But it wasn't until 2009 that I actually started putting more action behind my desires. And that's when I actually produced and published my first book.
Okay. Now, I heard that your first book was in Glassboro Library.
Right.
Now, I know when you saw that, you're like, I had to bring tears to you. I said, tell everybody how that feels, like to see your book displayed.
Man, El, I'm telling you, it was just a blessing. Because as one of the librarians had told me, they was basically saying that I made history. Barnes and Noble is good, Amazon is good, but when you make it to a library, that's history. That's where books begin. Actually they begin on stone, but made it into a library. I mean, it was just a blessing. And then when it was introduced to me, it was sitting next to Nelson Mandela. So that just, that just went, it went right here. It may not have been, meant to be that way, but it did something for me. It let me know that there was life, there was hope. His situation, my circumstances, and it felt good. It felt great.
So is there like a connection? When you saw that, though, I'm like, for real. I mean, if I saw my books in a library, not a bookstore, I can take my books to a bookstore, but a library, it's a whole different picture.
Just put it this way, it was a feeling, man, that was just undescribable. Okay. I was so in shock, and I actually said to myself, you're going to help people. This is what you were called to do. Okay. So, yes.
Now, Captured by Sin.
I
saw, if y'all see the cover, y'all might get a little scared because you see the chains and you see Captured by Sin now.
Exactly.
Explain that one.
Okay, Captured by Sin. The chain, first of all, the cover. I thought about this cover and I was like, well, how should I, put it? What should I do? And I thought about being bound or being enslaved. So you know how when you have a chain, everything is connected. The links are connected. But then it was also this little space that connection was able to come out of. In other words, I was able to disconnect one of the links. And once I disconnected that link, then other things started happening for me. But Captured by Sin, I mean, it's basically just saying what happened from the beginning of time. The reason for the deception, the reason for the lie, the reason for certain situations and circumstances to our present day. It is a book that will have you just going in and wanting more. And I can say that humbly.
Now, also, I heard you're not a selfish person, and you like to share knowledge.
Yes.
So you got the book called "Shh, Let the Pen Do the Talking." Damn, you gotta go in that one because I mean I read a little bit of it.
Okay.
And I see that it is helping other writers.
Okay. All right.
But go deep into that one for me.
Okay. Well, the name of the book is "Shh, Let the Pen Speak While You Write." So basically, when I thought about that title, I was like, okay, I want to be different. I want people to receive what I'm saying. I want to make it personal. I just don't want to do a how-to guide. I want to let them know how I got started, what made me go further into the publishing world. And I had other people in mind. I had readers in mind. I had people that didn't know what steps to take in mind. But this book also, once again, is something that keep you on your toes. It is more than a how-to guide. It's actually a little bit of a personal feeling of how I felt when I got started into the publishing world. So,
well, that even breaks it down to the point why they said a pen is sharper than a sword. That explains it right there. Now, you're gonna be traveling. So
right.
What is your goal for this whole thing?
Whew, good question.
What's that major goal? Where do you see yourself? Like, man,
I see myself on your network. I see myself traveling the world. I see myself helping millions of people. Not thousands, not millions. I see no glory in it for myself. I just want to help people. I was a part of a liability at one time. I was a liability to the world at one time. Now I want to be an asset in everything that I do. And first of all, I want to honor God in everything that I do. For so long, I did not honor Him. I thought of myself higher than God at one point in time. So I don't want to give that off to anyone. I just want to reach the masses by whatever means. Right now, the internet is, the big thing. Let me use it. I want to be a tool. I just don't want people to take advantage of the tool.
I got you.
Other than that, I'm willing to help. They can hit me up. They can follow me, Facebook, Twitter, MySpace. I'm everywhere. So yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, but you can catch me anywhere, Japan, wherever. You want me to come to you, I'll come. You set it up, I'll come.
Just make sure you bring some Chinese food for me.
Yeah.
Well, it was nice doing an interview with you, Mr. Marcus Malloy.
All right, thank you.
As you heard, you catch him on Facebook. You can catch him on YouTube. You want to see him across the world. Mm-hmm. So, I thank you for your time, Mr. Malloy.
You're welcome.
And this is your boy L, aka the producer. And thanks for watching.